Another matter, over the past few days, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has unveiled shocking new evidence that former President Barack Obama and top aides in the Obama administration conspired to subvert President Trump's 2016 election victory and undermine the democratic will of the American people.
I remember this during the first time President Trump win in an election, Obama accuses him of conspiring with Russia.
While publicly pretending to engage in a peaceful transfer of power, in private, former President Obama went to great and nefarious lengths to try to sow discord among the public and sabotage his successor, President Trump. The new evidence released by the Director of National Intelligence, who is here with me today, confirms that the Obama administration manufactured politicized intelligence, which was later used as the justification for baseless smears against President Trump in an effort to try to delegitimize his victory before he even took the oath of office. The truth is that President Trump never had anything to do with Russia, and the Russia collusion hoax was a massive fraud perpetuated on the American people from the very beginning. And the worst part of this is Obama knew that truth, and so did all of the other corrupt officials involved in this scam, including former CIA Director John Brennan, former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper, former FBI Director James Comey, former Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, and many others. Director of National Intelligence Gabbard's report further confirms what we already knew. There was no collusion, no corruption, except on the part of Barack Obama and the weaponized intelligence agencies at the time.
Right.
The Russia hoax was a blatant lie, all ginned up by Democrat political operatives that were signed off on by then President Obama and leaked to the news media to launch a years-long witch hunt against President Trump and his first administration.
Right.
Allies of the president, including his own son, Donald Trump Jr., were disgustingly smeared as Russian assets, and some even had their lives destroyed because of this vicious lie.
I remember
the president's first 2 years in office had this fake distraction hanging over it, and endless resources, time, and political capital were spent having to debunk these lies from the highest levels of our government. Now, nearly 10 years later, thanks to the declassification of documents by Director Gabbard, the truth has finally come to light. And this truth vindicates President Trump, his family, and his many allies and associates who were smeared with defamatory lies. President Trump was right from the beginning about all of this, and we are grateful that justice can be served. Now, we have even more damning evidence implicating those who tried to sabotage a duly elected president and did grave material harm to our republic. Thanks to additional important work done by CIA Director Ratcliffe, Committee Chairman Rick Crawford over the past few months, a newly declassified 2020 report prepared by the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, which DNI Director Gabbard has declassified, found that the intel community did not have any direct information that Russian President Vladimir Putin wanted to help elect President Trump in 2016. And in fact, Russia was actively preparing for a Hillary Clinton victory. But at the unusual direction of Barack Obama at the time, the intel community published implausible intelligence suggesting otherwise. Why? To sabotage the incoming president. This is truly one of the greatest political scandals in American history. And reporters at legacy outlets, some of which are sitting in this room today, like the New York Times and the Washington Post, were ridiculously awarded Pulitzer Prizes for their perpetuation of this hoax.
Shame.
It's well past time for those awards to be stripped from the journalists who receive them. It is not journalism to propagate political disinformation in service of the Democrat Party and those in the intelligence community who hand over out of context and fake intelligence to push a false political narrative.
I can't believe it. You know, I want you to watch this footage because we are seeing here is absolutely revolting. We are talking about confirmed intelligence, not rumors, not theories, but actual documented proof that the Obama administration manufactured and politicized intelligence to suit their own agenda. For years, this man has been propped as the ultimate symbol of justice and morality. The supposed good guy who was above the fray, right? But the reality is far more sinister. It is genuinely disgusting to see how someone can pretend to be so noble on camera while behind the scene they were weaponizing the highest offices of our intelligence community like common political tool. It's the ultimate wolf in the sheep clothes act. And let's be clear, this is the blueprint of modern Democrat establishment is still using today. They stand on their soapboxes every single day talking about protecting our institution and saving democracy. Yet, here is the proof that they are the ones actually eroding those institutions from the inside out. They don't care about the truth. They care about power, maintaining a narrative at any cost. They don't care about the truth. They care about power and maintaining the narrative at any cost. You know? You cannot claim to be a party of ethics and transparency while you are caught manufacturing data to manipulate the public's perception. It is a massive betrayal of trust. And honestly, everyone watches this needs to wake up to the fact that the moral high ground they claim is nothing but a hollow, manufactured mask for a very dirty style of politics. We need to stop falling for the polished speeches and start looking at the actual evidence of what's been happening behind closed door. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the investigation because I know there is a current investigation about the USA and Iran nuclear deal where Obama gave billions of dollars to Iran and Iran used that money to enrich a uranium so that they can build a nuclear weapon against us Americans. This is crazy. But although I'm not surprised with the character of Obama, I know I know he's a pretentious person. He's a liar. He's a he knows how to deceive people. That's what Obama is. And all of the Democrats. That's why I don't really want to hang around Democrats politicians. I don't really like them. They are pretentious, liars, and bad people. But I want to know your thoughts about this issue. No, I want to know. So don't forget to like and subscribe this video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. Let's have a discussion. A healthy discussion. As Republican, I'm not going to judge you. I'm not Democrats. If you are a Democrats commenting here, it's fine by me. I will answer you professionally. So I'm out. Peace.